Good morning. Welcome to Tales from a Tarot Card Reader. Hence, I am the tarot card reader and I have the tales. So, as I do this, I also teach you how to purify your deck, or how I purified my deck. Because let's face it, doing a lot of readings, you end up getting your cards get tired, just like the reader. And if you take your cards and you put them in deck order, which would be all the different signs from ace to king, and then full to world as far as the majors go, and then stack them up, majors on top. I don't know if I ever said that, but majors on top. And then you could put them with a crystal, or you could put them with anything you want. And whatever makes you feel comfortable. And then let them sit. You could do all different stuff with them and let them sit. And then take them out. The next time you use them, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I always say 7 times, okay? And 7's a very spiritual number. And you'll see a sharpness to them. So, story time, let's begin. These stories are from when I owned my store. So, when I owned my store, and I just want to do a disclaimer with this story. I try my best to give accurate readings, but I also try to help people if I can. Okay. So, years ago when I owned my store, I had this lady, we're going to call her Barbara. She used to come into my store for readings all the time. Always on work. She was in between jobs. She was a lovely individual. I would say she was in her 50s, I would say, maybe 55, mid 50s. Light-haired woman, beautiful blue eyes, very classy woman, very classy, put together well, intelligent. And she would come in and she would always ask me for readings about work. So I had given her a reading. And I remember the reading distinctly. I had said to her, Barb, I see you in your heels, because she always wore heels, like walking down this long hallway clicking. I said, I see these heels clicking. I said, and it's medical, because people are walking by you with white jackets. So it's something medical. And that was the vision I had gotten. So one day she walks into my store and she has flowers for me. And I go, oh, what's this? And she said, I got the job at the hospital. She said, as administrative assistant. She said, and I wanted to thank you so much. She said, you've helped me so much get through this hurdle in my life. And I had just put on a pot of coffee. My store was really unique. And it was empty. And I said, Barb, come sit in the back. Let's have a cup of coffee. We'll chit chat. And we did. And we were sitting there. And I had said to her, I said, Barb, I said, you've been coming to me for a good amount of time. I said, and I don't mean to pry. Who am I kidding? I'm nosy as the days along. I said, but you never ask for a love reading. You never asked me for a love reading. You're always asking me for work. And I said, are you married? Do you have someone? And she, oops, put the card in the wrong place. And she said, no. She said, the reason I was looking for a job was because my boss, who I was in an affair for 25 years, decided he was going to retire. And he was taking his wife and moving to Florida. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And she said, no. She said, I started when I was in my late 20s with him, and I lived through 25 years of the promise of him leaving. And he never did, which put her in a position, and it was her choice, put her in a position of, not meeting anyone else. She didn't have any children. She pretty much gave up her life for him. And, it was sad when I sat there and thought about it, because, we think we have a lot of time. And 25 years went by in a blink. And here she was now. So we say to ourselves, well, she has the ability to start over, doesn't she? Well, one would think, because that's what life's all about. We make poor choices and then we have the ability to spring back from them, which we hope we do. And this story is more about self-love, because I always try to, I have a couple of third-party people I read for, and no moral judgment. I'm nobody's moral compass, trust me. And I just try to teach you about self-love, because it's more about self-love. Because sometimes the person that we're with is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves and what we feel we're worth. And I always try to instill your worth, like you're worth so much more than that. So anyway, Barbara got the job and she was very happy because, you know, it's scary middle age starting off, and you're probably saying, oh good, and I hope she met someone. Unfortunately, she was killed in a car accident a few years later. So she didn't have that opportunity to start over. And she was a lovely woman. I know I get teary when I think about her. So remember, don't be Barbara. She would want better for you. Remember, life is very short and time goes by very, very fast. All right, let's end it on a high note. She's looking down on us and she's loving all that we're doing. Remember, love yourself today. No one's going to love you like you will love you, except for me. I love you all. Have a great day.